How are you?
Hi, everybody. It feels like I never left. I am so tired. I've been working a lot this week. I mean, but when the news comes in, it comes in. So today we're going to talk about, oh my gosh, Will Smith and all the punishments that he's getting. Talk about that. And before I get into that, I want to talk about uh, Real Housewives of Potomac and let you guys know what I know on this. Now, let me put up my banner really quick. I hate being Oh, I've been forgetting. If you haven't already signed up for Perry's Hotline, don't forget to do that. The ones that are signing up are using it very well. We get a lot of tips from the hotline, and I want to thank everybody that sent in every single tip. I mean, I love it, including this one. Okay, hold on. Now, let's talk about Potomac first. Okay, now, someone sent me this video of Potomac. So that means they're filming. I want you guys to look at the video and tell me who you see on the video. They're doing a TikTok drop thing. Okay, that doesn't matter. It's about who's returning and who's not. So let me play this tip that I got, and then I will come back. First, let me take this off the screen, Perry's thing, so we could see. There we go. Okay, here we go. Here's the TikTok day, and it's no music because I didn't want copyright. Look at this. Look at all the women. It's a lot of women there. Who's who? Who's doing what? Here they go. They're doing the drop dance, people. They're doing the drop. Now, on the surface, this seems fun, harmless. Oh, okay. The women are returning. It's more to that. It's about who's in that picture. Let me put this up. So I zoomed in because I'm nosy like that. When I get tips, I get nosy. I zoom in. Okay. So here's Mia. Now, according to the rumors, Mia is going to get it this season. And she's going to get it this season because a couple months ago, she announced that she had cancer. According to the rumors, Robin and Giselle are going to call her a liar. Okay, people, a liar. Now, I've got one of the first photos of one of the new girls. So here's Mia. We all know Mia. And this is desperate, by the way, when you zoom in. I will admit that. If you zoom in, there's a woman right behind her in a floral dress. Really, really pretty. She's a new friend to the show, and she's going to be Mia's friend. I cannot remember what her name is. They told me what her name is, the tipster, and I just forgot. So that's my fault. But so that's the pictures. So these women are going to be going in on Mia for this cancer thing, and the newbie is going to come to her aid in a I'm hearing big way. They're saying that this is one of the best newbies that have come on in a long time. Okay, now let's go over. Okay, it's not working here, people. Let's go over these who's here and who's not here. Because I have zoomed in, people. I have zoomed in. I'm bad, aren't I? You can't give me a tip without me looking at the whole picture. So we've got Mia standing next to Wendy. So that's good. Wendy's back. Mia's back. We've got Karen Huger. We always knew Karen was coming back. We've got Candace. We got Charisse. What the hell is Charisse doing here? Charisse? Why is Charisse here, people? We've got Ashley. Zoom in. We've got a Scala. Oh no! We have a Scala, people. What is she doing back? I thought she was gone forever. I mean, it's not that I don't like you, Scala. You're just boring as hell, and I wish to never ever see you again on my TV screen. So that's a shock. Charisse, blast from the past. A Scala. Now, if you zoom in, let's do zoom. Do you guys recognize who this is? This is Katie. Katie has shaven all of her hair off. Katie's been going through things, okay? The rumor is that she looked like she was on something. My heart bleeds for Katie. Um, I don't know, but she's there. Katie's there. So some people were saying, we want to see Katie again. You've got your wish. And I'm also told that Robin, who is not in this TikTok film, or she was in the very back that I didn't that they couldn't capture. She is there. So it looks like everybody's back, including Escala. Now, this is going to be a very, very tricky season because did you lie about cancer, Mia? No, what's going on? Let's not jump the gun just yet. But if she did, it's not going to be good for her. If she didn't, you know how those girls are when they get something in their mind, it is the way that it is. It looks like it's going to be another good season. Okay. So someone said a scholar. Why? It's so funny. Yes, I was shocked. The rumor is that she wasn't returning, and then we look up, and I'm being told that it shocked some of the people there too, that they looked up because they all thought she wasn't coming back either. Everyone was shocked. So we don't know what happened. We're being told that her husband's not going to film, so maybe it's just like a couple scenes, because she doesn't have a storyline. Maybe she's there to cheer on Candace. I don't know, but she was in their first day of filming. All right, now let's get into this Will Smith stuff. I told you guys I don't want to talk about it anymore. I can't do it. Yesterday, I got hung upside down and beaten because no one agreed with me that I feel like this is overkill. Never said that what he didn't do wasn't wrong. I said it's overkill. Okay. So now TMZ, where's that article, is reporting that studios are pulling all of Will Smith's films. Hold on, let me put this up so you guys could go to the article yourself. Okay. They're pulling his films that were supposed to be released this year and upcoming production. All Will Smith's films have been put on hold, which means they're not getting released, people. Okay, so he had a movie called Fast and Loose. That's was in production, post-production. That's gone. Bad Boys 4. I love Bad Boys. That's gone. Hancock, the sequel, that's gone. Karate Kid, the sequel, that's gone. He had a movie called Emancipation that was scheduled to be released this year, and it's about here it is, a slave. Here we go. A slave that escapes and all of this, and they're saying that he gave an Oscar-worthy performance. Gone. Didn't I tell you guys yesterday? No one wanted to believe me. Gone, all gone. Anything with the name Will Smith attached to it, people want nothing to do with. I told them yesterday to move, but it is. So so they pulled all of his movies today, and just like I said yesterday, they forced a resignation on him. Don't believe the hype that he willingly resigned. Also, something else. Films that this is a big one. This is a big one. The rumor is that they're on the 18th, they're going to fine him a large fine and ban him from the Oscars. So all of his movies pulled, all of he's got to pay money, you can never come back. This is a lot. That's what I was trying to say yesterday. This is a lot. I thought a little bit slap on them. They are trying to cancel Will Smith permanently. All right. Now, this whole Tony Rock thing, I wonder if I should play it because the language is so bad. So Tony Rock went on stage, gave a performance. This is Chris's brother. Pimp named Slickback says, if Will had any common sense, he would get a therapist, fix his demons, and then divorce himself from Jada. he's gonna need a therapist after this. Now check this out. So Tony Rock, Chris's brother, went on stage and dragged the hell out of him. I'm going to play it. I'm telling anyone that feels uncomfortable with curse words, it's a lot of cursey words in here, but I want you to feel the anger coming from Tony, and then we're going to talk about it. And it is a minute and 45 seconds. So here we go. If you are not into cussing, turn it down now. Just turn it down or leave the room for 1 minute. Okay, here we go.
We on pot for the rest of the year. Let's set some ground rules right now, y'all. Let's set some ground rules. If I say anything tonight, anybody got a fucking problem with? You got one motherfucking option what you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because if you think you're gonna walk up on this stage, this ain't the motherfucking Oscars. And if you walk your ass up here, you ain't nominated for shit but these motherfucking hands. Oh, we on Pac the rest of the year, nigga. Every time you see me do a show, Pac. I ain't want to start the show like that. You gonna hit my motherfucking brother? Cause your bitch gave you a side eye? Oh, it's a lot of rock brothers. Y'all ain't know it's a lot of rock brothers. It's 10 of us, motherfucker. You about to see all the rock brothers. You gonna be like, I ain't even know that nigga was a rock brother. That nigga a rock brother? That's a rock brother? I ain't gonna start the show like that, but I just wanna let y'all know that shit ain't gonna ride. That shit ain't gonna ride, nigga. I don't got a lot of shit to lose, nigga. Some more gonna have me on the tour regardless. Y'all might never see me on TV again, but...
So there you have it. Now, here's... I don't know. Oh, sorry, guys. Can you guys hear me? I can't get back on the screen. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, now the irony in all of this is Chris Rock and Will Smith were friends. They've been friends since 1995. They used to hang out together, all three of them. Will and Chris would go to clubs. Will, Chris, and Jada would go to industry events. They were friends. But this is what I found really weird too, is that Will Smith gave Tony Rock one of his first TV gigs on a TV show called All of Us. Let me put it up here. One of his first reoccurring roles. Here it is. This was the show. This is Dwayne Campbell, Dwayne Martin. Oh my gosh, Lisa Ray. Here is Tony Rock right here. The show was produced by Will Smith. He was the executive producer, and it was a show based on his life, him and Jada's life. So Elise is playing Jada. Do you guys remember this movie? I mean, this TV show? He gave Tony a job. They've been friends forever, but I guess you don't mess with my brother. I'm giving him a break because it is his brother. But I just feel like this needs to stop. This has to end. This is enough. As you guys know, I can't take anymore. It is a lot. But how ironic. So they were friends. Will felt that his friend did him wrong. Not saying what he did was right. I'm just explaining where all the anger came from. And he listed a name of brothers, Tony did, on stage. Let me remove this. Here's his brothers. It's Tony Rock. They have a sister named Andy Rock. It's Kenny Rock, who I believe passed away. Jordan, Brian, Charles, and Kenny. All of the brothers, except for one, Brian, is in show business. All of them want to be comedians. I don't know if that makes a difference or anything. I'm just saying, are we going to get all Will Smith gigs now? Every time you do a gig, you're going to talk about Will Smith, but you get a pass tonight from me, Tony, because that is your brother. You're standing up for your brother, just like Will stood up for Jada. But this is deep. Like, these people were friends. You gave me my first job. And some people say, I don't give a damn. You don't hit my brother. But this is how bad this is getting. So, Will, let's go over all of his so far punishments. They made him resign. They pulled all his movies, which included Bad Boy 4. I don't know about Emancipation because they said that's an Oscar-worthy performance. But I want to see Bad Boys 4. And he's going to be fined and banned. That's a lot. Let's see what we got to say. Hey, V.
Hey, Sharrell.
Welcome. Perry.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Now you can talk today because yesterday.
Oh yeah, I actually fixed it. Yeah.
Let's talk about what do you want to talk about first? Will, since we already talked about it.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
What do you think of
Chris
Rock, not Tony Rock, going off on him publicly?
I think I probably would do the same thing. I mean, it's a difference, and I don't give a damn if you gave me my first job or not. And I never said Will was right. And the only reason Will did that is because Chris Rock was only weighing about 130. Okay, let's keep it real. Somebody else, he wouldn't have did it. And
Perry, you are a mess.
His brother got the right to do that, right? I mean, and I probably won't stop. I might be on tour the whole damn year.
No, this has to stop.
Yeah, I'm only telling you. No, I mean,
how long are we going to drag this out?
Let's keep it real. That was very disrespectful. Now, we can go back and measure the jokes.
But he doesn't have a career anymore, Perry. What more can we get from him? Blood?
No, he's still, I mean, whatever. Look,
Will Smith is ruined.
What we could take is an apology.
He did that.
Right. As a friend. Okay, you've been friends all these years and whatever. No. Him personally, I ain't talking about no publicist writing down some list, typing a letter. Apologize to Chris. That would help solve a lot of these issues. To me.
You don't know how deep this goes.
Chris might not even take the apology, might not even acknowledge it or whatever. But the whole thing is, Will Smith was wrong for doing what he did. But that last night conversation was about the Academy should hold some kind of responsibility too. That's what that was all about, a separate issue, right? But at the end of the day, Will got to do the right thing.
What's the right thing?
Apologize to Chris. He was wrong.
He
No,
did.
I'm not talking
and
about
how
that
do you
kind
know?
of thing.
Let me tell you why I don't think what Chris did was right either. But I've been in a situation before where something got miscommunicated with a so-called friend of mine, and the public came in and made it 10 times worse. To that point where that person felt that if they talked to me, that they would be looking like a weasel. I mean, if you want to heal, we have to stop it. That's enough punishment.
Right.
There's nothing more you can do to Will Smith.
I think the first step to healing it is apologizing to Chris.
But that's
The
their
person
friendship.
he slapped.
I don't tell you how to handle your friendship with your friends. I don't get in your business and say,
right,
you need to call and do this and that. That's this, and they had a friendship. This is why Chris is not coming forward. You don't know how Chris feels about it. You're wanting all this for the public, and that's their personal working it out. But he did the things that he needed to do publicly.
Well, he did it publicly.
Sharrell,
yeah.
Regardless of that, he needs to publicly apologize to Chris Rock.
And then this will be over. Because give a second apology. Give a second because he already apologized.
He apologized where? Backstage or in writing?
In writing. I read the apology to you this morning, V. Remember?
Okay, in writing. But he didn't hit him in writing.
Nope.
Go back and apologize the way you did a big grandstand on TV. Go back and apologize on TV.
Apology on TV and not in writing.
Because he didn't slap him.
With that in this, let me tell you, Will Smith is done. His career, he worked years. He will never be in movies again. Well, you're not going to hear of Will Smith anymore. When the studios start backing out, you have no distribution. You are gone. You're done. You're canceled. Okay,
right. I mean,
what more punishment does he need? Now he needs
no. That's the outside
That's not
punishment that he
punishment.
brung on himself. Is what I'm saying. Like that's a little different. I had a problem with the Oscar management and stuff like that because they hold responsibility too. If I was hiring somebody to do something, I'm going off their reputation or whatever. Like the filmmakers, it's up to them to make that choice. But I'm not even saying he's totally done, but he's definitely damaged. But to start the healing, he needs to come out and apologize to that man because he didn't slap him. Yeah, the apology was on some piece of paper or something, but he didn't slap him with a piece of paper.
I feel like every time he does something, somebody will say, "Oh, that's not enough." If he came out and apologized, you'll say, well, that wasn't sincere enough. At some point, Will Smith needs to go away and working on healing. He also needs to move out of the United States and restart a career somewhere else. He does. He's never going to be able to work here again.
Well,
and go somewhere that appreciates you.
But the bottom line is, I don't care, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on about Will Smith right now, but you got to start from the base and do the right thing. Right. The right thing is you publicly slap somebody in public, and then you write so
that's what I'm saying. You're saying the apology is not acceptable. Now you need it in person.
You need to publicly apologize to Chris Rock.
Will you be happy if you never see him again?
Never see Will Smith again?
Yeah. Is that what you want?
I won't be happy. No. But that's
you want him to die
not the same thing.
It's like enough is never enough. Should he shoot himself?
No.
That make you happy?
No, that's not the same thing. Doing the right thing for the mistake you made and your career are two different things. Your career because of what you did, got punished for it, but you need to do the right thing. You publicly hit this man, and then you gonna write an apology? No, you go just as bold as you walked up there and hit him. That's how bold you should be up there apologizing to him.
Will Smith will never work in this town again.
Well, no,
it's over. So that should be enough.
Sure.
Well, listen. Every day people say I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, he's going to be getting a huge fine, and he's going to be banned from the Oscars. And I told you yesterday that the producers were getting together and they were blackballing him. They just announced that today. Maybe it's because of the side that I stand on that people don't believe me, but that's getting ready to happen. They're going to fine him and then ban him from the Oscars.
Well, I'm saying
and he can still come back.
And I mean,
he can still come back.
And then what I was saying though, like I
no. Hold on, Perry. How's he going to come back, V?
He can still come back after this dies down.
Question, how?
I'm telling you, after this dies down and a few years go by, Will Smith can still come back. He can still come back. We can't study it and say we never gonna see Will Smith again. I don't believe that. He has a talent.
If you don't have anybody to distribute your films and no one to finance your films,
I'm not saying that he's not going to catch hell right now. He's not going to catch hell right now, but at some point he's going to be able to come back. He's going to be able to come back. He's talented. Hollywood won't forget that. But I'm not saying he ain't going to take a hit right now. He might not be right now. Ain't nobody want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. But that's going to die down at some point, and he's going to be able to. That's funny
because you showed more sympathy for Jussie Smollett and the cancel culture there than Will Smith here. You felt that they were over punishing Jussie Smollett, but here
I feel like they're over punishing Will.
I
feel like they over punishing Will, but at the same time, he needs to apologize to Chris Rock. Bottom line,
that's what I'm saying too, Sharrell. I mean, because like I was thinking, hey, maybe a fine, maybe a 1-year suspension, right? But let's go back and keep it real. That's not to erase what he did wrong.
They've only banned one other person from the Academy Awards. There's people that do a lot worse, and that's O.J. Simpson, and he really wasn't a serious actor anyway. I mean, a permanent ban is just ridiculous. It's too much. You don't give a person room to change, and this is about changing.
I agree with that. That's too much. I'm saying, really, I probably would only give him a year suspension,
right?
And maybe a fine. But it all go back to the root of the thing that to help solve this, he need to apologize the same way he slapped him. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that is bad for a man. Now, it's two women on this thing, but for a man to get slapped in public like that, It's embarrassing.
So you agree with the getting kicked out the academy? You agree with that from the board?
Maybe, no, like a suspension.
No, he resigned.
Well,
They
no.
forced him to resign, so they
I was
fired him.
with you about the academy part. I'm just saying this. Look, if I was him, I wouldn't have resigned. I would have forced him. I would have waited to see what my punishment was. But when you do a crime like he did, by going up there slapping that man, see what the punishment is. If he felt like the punishment was too long or whatever, if they really hammered him, then he can resign or do whatever. He should have waited. And most people would say that he took the easy way out. It could be possible that he did, just to avoid the penalty. Or the academy could have took the easy way out by accepting his, resignation. So I'm just saying that at the end of the day, Will was wrong for doing what he did. Now we can go back
past
to
that part.
Okay.
Everybody knows that he's wrong. I'm talking about the punishment being overkill. And every time a punishment's delivered and someone say, okay, but that's not enough.
Okay.
We need more. We need this. We need that. Like,
okay.
It will never be. And for me, I think that there was personal feelings involved between two friends. These two friends got into it.
And that's even worse.
And I think that's
years.
why. What?
You said 25-year friendship, right?
27 years.
Oh, yeah, whatever, yeah.
They were friends for 27 years.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying.
That's why he was, that's as long as our marriage, they've been friends.
Right,
so
I get that part.
Something to me,
yeah,
friendship.
It should, right? And I think it meant something. I think it meant, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think it meant something to Chris Rock why he didn't press charges. But I think it should mean more to Will to apologize in public and talk to that man personally.
Right. And
it's even more what's going on.
It's even more it's even more bad. It's even worse that I have a friend that I've been friends with since I was in the 6th grade. If she does something that I think is way wrong, for me to go up there to go and slap her in her face after being friends with her that long, what does that say about our friendship?
This is overkill. This is ridiculous, in my opinion. He did a bad thing. He needs an opportunity to fix what he did.
He has
permanently ban somebody is ridiculous. They go hard on us. They don't go so hard on us.
Sharrell, no, I understand that 110%.
I don't think you do.
No. They do go hard on us.
I don't think you do.
We going for what Will did and maybe how he could try to solve this whole thing. To what the penalty
every time I ask you how can he fix it, he needs to do a public apology.
Look, you know what though? These companies right now will probably look at it a whole lot differently. He slapped the man in public. He ain't really came out. His actions ain't showing that he's definitely sorry, right? But that's a start for them to look at you and say, hey, you know what? This man apologized from it. Now they can sweep it under the rug too. But until that happened, I think he's gonna keep getting these consequences.
This is ridiculous. I mean, they need to let it go now. He needs to just move out the country because people like you guys are never going to be satisfied. You love to see a person canceled. He deserves it. Get him more. The attitude that's going around. And I just feel like punishment, yes. Overkill, no.
I would agree. I don't want overkill.
I agree too.
This ain't about counseling.
You're saying he deserves everything he gets. That's canceling.
No. I didn't say he needs to be banned for life. See, when you say everything he gets, I said, if I run a red light, I should pay the ticket for running the red light. I shouldn't get life in prison.
Right.
I'm saying the penalty need to fit the crime, is what I'm saying.
Right.
So I'm agreeing with you that maybe I'm thinking like a fine and then 1 year suspension. Now, I'm not talking about being expelled or anything like that. So those are two different issues that I was talking about. But I was saying as far as being friends for 27 years, I think Chris could have did what he did by not pressing charges. Will should, and like I said, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but I haven't heard that he personally talked to Chris and apologized to him. I think that's the start to help moving this, to getting out of this video every day about this thing.
I think he just needs to give his Academy Award back because that's really what they want to, and move. because he's not going to have an opportunity to fix what is wrong here, especially with the cancel culture being so popular, a popular movement right now. I think if they could have talked and salvaged the friendship, that's even more important than anything. But it's obviously this friendship can't be restored either. So this is a mess any way you look at it. That's how I look at it. But I just don't like everybody jumping on board, beating up on one person because they made a mistake. Like, you make mistakes in life. What if you can never make up for that mistake?
I would agree, but making the mistake, running the red light, getting a ticket, you could fix it. I'm saying he made the mistake. It could happen. And I got a lot of reasons why I think he made that mistake, but I think we don't talk about that the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that, do you think he should get off just scotch-free?
Hold on one second. No, I never said he should get out.
Oh, you just said the same thing I said. I said he should get a fine and maybe 1 year suspension. So nobody's trying to counsel Will.
Mm-hmm.
I think his actions can counsel him if he don't do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
A friendship of 27 years, if you don't value that, what else do you value?
And 27-year friendship should mean something to you. And it could start off with you apologizing publicly to that man for what you did. And then from there on, because Chris has nothing to do with the punishment that Will is receiving. You know, you got to start off with what you did wrong. Okay, so you go and apologize publicly to Chris Rock. And then that punishment that you're receiving, now that might be a little overkill, but I think they did the same thing to Jussie Smollett too. I think the punishment is way overkill than what the crime was. Not
really, Miss Matty, I need to move out the country because I have an opinion.
Oh, hating on the United States.
Good thing I let things like that slide. Go ahead, Perry.
No, and let me address that comment too. I think where Sharrell is coming from, she's hating on the United States for this reason. And
I never said I hated the United States.
Well, no, but I'm saying
I said he needs to move out.
Right.
But I know how the United States is. They're not forgiving.
Right. When you say that, then people look at it. Well, if you don't like being here, go somewhere else.
When did I say I didn't like being here? I said he needs to move out the United States.
No. I'm just telling you how people probably interpret it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying, hey, you know what? I don't got time for this. Bounce.
He does. I think he needs to go. Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing what you're saying, but I think that why when people say, well, if you don't like it here, leave. No, we tired of the injustice. And that's why we go back to the academy and the penalty, because it needs to be distributed fairly. Mm-hmm. Just an opinion. And this not to argue whether Chris was right or wrong, because people like to get the two mixed up.
And nobody should be saying, if you don't like it here, leave, because just because we're here don't mean that there's injustice that's not being done. Okay. And you want to go somewhere else? No, not really, because this is where we are now. But there is injustice that's being done every day to people. So don't act like you don't see it.
Well, I forgot to say this. In better news, the last person that was blackballed allegedly was God, what's her name? Monique. So finally, Lee Daniels gave her a public apology.
For hurting you in any way that I do. Time to realize. I am so sorry for hurting you in any way that I do. Y'all, she was my best friend. My best friend. Y'all think that Precious was just, that was God working through both of us. And we're gonna do it again. I love you. I love you. I love you, Staten Island. We love you.
That's what I like to see. I like to see healing and unity and peace. I can't stand the cancel culture. I want people to forgive, give people opportunities. Like this whole, because somebody did something wrong, let's just ruin their life. Just doesn't sit right with me. I feel like everybody should have a chance to redeem themselves. That's just how I feel.
No, I agree.
You know,
that clip just
If Monique can come back, Will Smith can come back.
Yeah, but it took her 13 years.
Well, it's going to take him a while. I didn't say he was coming right back. I said he can come back.
Right now, you're right. A decade or more, Will Smith is gone, which is sad because he was a brilliant actor and he made movies that really, really contributed to the community. That King Richards was very, very good. You know, it's really hard to find an excellent Black production company that has the power to put out movies like that. So that's gone.
Right, but that clip you just showed right there just expressed exactly what I was trying to tell you. I think maybe this could have been solved 12, 13 years ago too, if that public apology would have came out. Did you see how he went on there? And that's the moment we do like, because we all do make mistakes, like you said, and we all do need to have a time for redemption, right? But we get to take action for that. That's why I keep telling you about this public apology, because like, you know, sometimes you even swallow the pride, even if you don't feel like you're supposed to do it. Sometimes it's just a manly thing to do.
The 27-year-old friendship should have meant something to Chris also when Will asked him to stop talking about his wife. Both were wrong.
Right.
Well,
I like Chris too, and I think Chris is handling this very well.
Right.
He could be acting like his brother, which would make the problem worse. I mean, but maybe I'm gonna give the brother a pass. I usually wouldn't. I don't like stuff like that when you badmouth someone and cuss them all out in public, but that's his brother and he's defending his brother just like Will Smith defended Jada. So, but this is a mess.
Chris made a mistake and he said a bad joke and he shouldn't have done that. And Will should have went up there and said whatever he had to say about Chris making that joke. But we're talking about the physical violence. That's what separates the whole thing. The physical violence of him actually slapping somebody. So that's what makes the 27 years is a friendship, but what makes the difference, what divides that friendship is he got physical. So that's what we talking about.
Right. I mean, because I'll just say this too, because like friendship for 27 years, I'm sure he knew Jada too. Maybe he felt comfortable, like we might joke at home. Maybe he said something like that and it went too far, or maybe he could have been pushing over the line. But I think as friendships, Will could have walked him that stage the same way he did. Instead of slapping him, he's away from the mic and say, "Hey, man."
Saying that the slap was right. I mean,
right? No.
When I say the punishment is overkill, that's just what I meant. The punishment is overkill.
I agree.
I didn't say Will didn't do anything wrong.
Okay,
I was saying he should be able to be given an opportunity to fix it, to change.
I agree.
Because there are people that done worse crimes that have an opportunity to redeem themselves.
Right.
The cancer culture is like, go away forever. We don't want to see you anymore. I'm gonna strip you of all your title, all your dignity, all your pride. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. But
I ain't too crazy about cancer culture either.
I will say this, which no one is saying. Before all of this nonsense, I don't care what Will does in his bedroom. That's their business. It's weird. I don't do it. It's weird. But as far as his career, he had a stellar career. He's an amazing actor.
Right.
And you just got to give him that. And now it is what it is. He did bring it on himself. I wish they would have gave him a chance to fix it, but everyone's mad. Let's start taking calls. Hi, Autumn. How are you?
Hi, everybody. How you doing today?
Hi.
We are back with another Will Smith story. Can you believe it?
It's going to be here for a while. It's unfortunate.
I want this to go away so bad. I will pay someone money to make it go away. Why do you think it's going to keep continuing?
I mean, it's the hottest topic. It was also something we've never seen before. And you have literally the two nicest guys in the industry.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's what's got people the most freaked out, because if it could happen to them, then it could happen to you, you know? So a couple things I wanted to say. The first thing was, I don't agree. I don't even know how we got to the possibility of Will moving out the country. To me,
that's me.
Oh, okay.
That's your
that's me. I think that's a good solution. You don't think he should move?
No.
I mean, if he wants to, then that would be on him. But so many people do, like you said before, much worse things, and they're still here in the country. So leaving, unless that's his choice, I don't see why that would even be an option. Now, I do know from watching his documentary, he does love Dubai. He said Dubai is like his favorite place to be. And one of the reasons he loves to go to Dubai is because when he's over there, the time difference is 12 hours. So when they're in LA and up, he sleep. So there's no way for him to have contact with this side of the world. So he goes there to get peace. That's where he went after he did the King Richard's movie and to start working on his book. And he also was trying to lose weight from the movie that he put on. If anybody has a chance, please go to his YouTube page, watch the docu-series, because a lot of things that people are saying, oh, Will needs to get therapy, Will's going through stuff, this, that, and the third, it's all true. And he did that. He has a therapist, a well-known therapist that he has been working with. He does know he has trauma. He does know that he has some issues and stuff that he needs to work out. I think it's unfortunate that he crumbled before everybody's eyes, but he's human. He shouldn't be canceled for the rest of his life. Like, come on, he did not murder somebody. We need to stop with the fake outrage. And I'm not going to let people use use me to help kick this man while he's down. On another note, how do we know that Will and Chris are quote unquote friends? Just because they work together, just because they're in the industry together, they could be associates. I never seen pictures with Chris at Will's house. I never seen him.
There's pictures. I've seen pictures. They were friends.
Okay.
They were friends.
But I don't like my friend wouldn't be
talking. The New York Times did a article called Timeline showing them in the past they were friends.
Okay, because I know my friends would.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say my friends wouldn't talk about my wife for 10 plus years and we still would be quote unquote friends. We might be associates and I'm a high and by you when I see you and keep it cordial, but we don't know if anything shifted in their dynamic over the years that they are actually still friends.
And at this point, it really don't matter if they're friends or not.
Yeah.
But the point is that he shouldn't have did what he did, friend or no friend, another black human being.
No, I agree with you. Like I said, I understand how we got to where we're at. I don't condone what he did. I also feel as though since here in America, we feel as though everybody should have consequences for their actions. Let me take that back. Certain people should have consequences for their actions. Other people get away with stuff all day. Sharrell, did you watch Life After Lockup yesterday? And you saw where the boy punched him literally in front of a cop, got in his car, drove off, and nothing happened to him. So I don't understand. And that's real life. So I don't understand why people say, oh, if this would have been any other situation, he would have been in jail. Not necessarily so.
Right, exactly.
Everybody's burp says, forgive me here. I'm so confused. Will was on the Oscar committee. So would he have been seen Chris' material / joke as they approved it, right or wrong? It doesn't sound like he's seen
so. I don't think the committee has to approve that. They have people that do approvals of jokes and stuff like that. And I don't think it's the committee. I think it's people.
And Will Packer said that wasn't part of a scripted joke, that Chris went off script. So there was nothing to review.
What do you have to say about this, Pia?
I have never been more terrified to express an opinion in my life.
Express it. I keep my gun in the room, so I don't have it. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Well, on that note, as a person who I don't believe in cancel culture. I've always found it to be stupid. My motto is you cancel reservations and doctor's appointments. You don't cancel people for making a mistake. That's just me. Unfortunately, Will did this to himself because I've gone over the video. I've seen it over and over. You laughed at the joke. You thought it was funny. And frankly, and I know people are saying, oh, don't blame his wife, don't blame his wife. I'm sorry, I do blame his wife, because in my opinion, she has made their marriage out to be a joke for years. Okay. Let's go back to that red table talk where she was saying how Will didn't satisfy her. She was talking about August. The man was having a small breakdown right there. And she just kept going and going and going. And as far as everything that's being taken from him, yeah, that is overkill. But honestly, I think that, and this just could be my paranoia, I think that they've been gunning for Will ever since Jada boycotted the Oscars because she said it was whitewashed.
A
And they
lot
were
of
just
people are saying that. A lot
and,
of people.
and they were just waiting. And I think that unfortunately Chris was used in that Chris was used for that to happen, and he didn't even know it. But also too, the Academy, they're trash. They need to take responsibility. At this point, I don't believe anything that comes out of Will Packer's mouth.
Me
Okay.
too. Yeah. Me too.
I really don't. I think that everyone, it's like everyone is trying to blame Chris, but give him accolades at the same time. You can't have one, it's got to be one or the other. I'm not going to blame Chris for telling a joke that the Academy, in my opinion, knew about. And now y'all want to backpedal because y'all are afraid of the backlash. So,
I agree with everything that you said, except for one thing. And that was the part when you said that he laughed at the joke, so he must have found it funny. Once again, if you watch that documentary on his own channel that was posted 4 months ago, he explains that he learned at a young age to mask his pain, his hurt, his discomfort with laughter. He became the pleaser. So in all situations, he goes into things and he puts on this mask to hide from his true feelings. So during this documentary, he was working with the therapist to try to figure out who he is and a fine balance between what's acceptable to the public and what's acceptable to him. So him laughing does not mean that he found it funny. He did what he always does, tried to calm the situation in the moment and automatically went to laughter.
Well, I mean, now that I think is opinion based, because in your opinion, you think you coming up with these medical excuses why he laughed. I think he laughed because he probably thought it was funny. But just an opinion. That's just an opinion. And I feel like that his wife do have a lot to do with his actions. Now, he did the action, so it's on him. But I think that how she took his manhood away, holding Tupac over his head for the last, many years.
Terry,
Tupac. Let me bring up May, June, July, August. I'm just saying, like,
I can't, Perry. I can't.
His own will to control his own insanity. Okay, so I'm not giving him an excuse and say, "Oh well, he should go free because his wife did it." He committed the action by slapping that man for no good reason.
And in a way, it's kind of like what Shannon Sharp said. You know, back in the days of slavery, that's how they humiliated us. They slapped us
in the face.
Right. And that's what he did. It was a humiliation thing. And I think that's why a lot of people are so angry. But yeah, and my thing is, if it were me personally, and if you made a joke at my husband's expense and I laughed and my husband got mad and was like, "Oh, are you going to do something about it?" I would have been like, "No, because we'll handle it in private. I'm not going to ruin everybody's night here tonight."
Because I think he laughed. I think he laughed at the joke because that's the right thing to do when somebody makes a joke about you in Hollywood. You laugh. You laugh to show that you can take a joke, that you're not being rude about it. But when he looked over there at Jada, and Jada could have controlled this whole thing different. She could have laughed too. She could have laughed too. If he looked over there at Jada and she was laughing, this whole thing would never have come about. But he looked over there and Jada was expressing deeply how this is painful to her or she didn't like it. So then he felt like, okay, I'm a man. That's my wife. I need to do something.
Okay, but how about the pain that he felt when you were sitting there talking about screwing Sideshow Bob?
Oh, God.
Right,
Well, like
right.
he
I
said
can't,
during that,
Pia.
he said bad marriage for life. They're okay with
Right.
it. We
Let
need
me
to
give.
stop worrying about what those people do in their bedroom. It might not work for you and I. That's something that the most people will not do. But if they're into that, Will has been known or has been rumored has stepped out as well. Yes, he didn't go on TV and talk about it, but nobody made him go on the red table talk and sit there with his wife to discuss it with everybody. It's not Jada's fault. They are okay with that.
Okay. Sheila, what are your thoughts?
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Right.
Hi.
My thoughts are again, it's unfortunate he brought this on himself.
Mhm.
And now the aftermath of it it's disheartening to hear and see that Chris Rock's brother now is getting in this.
I
And
mean,
this
but
is
what about people who say that's his brother? He's defending his brother, like Will defended Jada. What do you say
I,
about that?
I totally understand that, but this is the thing that causes domino effects. We lost two rap stars, Tupac and Biggie, over some kind of disagreement. To this day, nobody really knows why,
Yeah.
over a woman or whatever the case was.
Mhm.
I'm not saying they personally did it to each other, but someone that held them in high regards took out the other person and then came back in retaliation. This is why you don't react in anger. You step back, you think, and you think about what could happen. It's just like with my husband. I would have tripped him 10 times before he would have got up on that stage to hit anybody, to humiliate
Right,
anybody.
right,
Because
right.
that would have been me protecting him from destroying himself and that whole night event. You never give somebody something that they wanted. I agree that they wanted to get rid of him when she boycotted. It played right into their hands.
A lot of people are
Yeah.
saying that. A lot of people are saying they were after him anyway. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it could be true. I'm not sure.
And then
Yeah.
I
on
think
another
another
note,
reason, Chris, I think another reason Tony got involved in this, people forget that Tony Rock is one of Chris Rock's biggest writers. So he writes the majority of his stand up work anyway. So
Mhm.
when Chris finished this leg of the tour where he's worked on this particular material, he said for however long, and they go on to the next set and they address the will, that's going
Mhm.
to be fire. You guys, I think these people are grown, and if Chris wanted to retaliate, he could. All he had to do was say arrest him.
Right.
He didn't
Right.
do that. He could have said
Right.
throw him out. He didn't do
Right.
that. And if he didn't do that, he's not going to say then harm him physically either. I don't believe so. I think he's going to eventually leave it all on the stage. And I do have faith that those two men will get together when some of this smoke clears and have a conversation and work this out. But people need to give them the time to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. That is the case. But of course, I wouldn't want him or anyone to harm him. I was just using that as an analogy.
Right.
This is why you should always understand there are consequences to an action. And it's
What is
unfair.
that noise?
It is totally unfair what he's having to
V, I'm
suffer
gonna mute
with.
you.
That's not me.
It's totally unfair
Oh.
that
That's
he's
not me.
having to lose his Oscar. He's being blackballed. All of these things are unfair because he deserved the Oscar that he won that night. But now, only thing everybody is talking about is what happened. It is so unfair.
All right. Thank you guys for calling in. I'm going to bring up some new callers. Thank you so much. I appreciate the
Thank you,
call.
Thank
ladies.
you. Everybody have a
Oh,
good
but
day. Bye bye.
oh,
Bye, guys.
but Sharrell, I wanted to say
Oops. Sorry,
That's
Pia. My hand was on the button.
that's where the noise was coming from. That
It
wasn't
was
me.
Pia? Okay.
Yeah.
Oops. I didn't mean to cut her off like that. Let's take some more callers. We got Large. We got
Hey, happy
Andrea.
Saturday,
Hi,
y'all.
Andrea.
Hey, what's up, ladies? How y'all doing?
Hey,
And we
Good. How
got
you guys?
Braylon. Hey, Braylon.
Hey,
Hey,
Let's start with Curves. Curves, sound off. So,
You know, I think
yesterday
a
we were
lot of
talking
things are
about
going.
him never working in this town again. Today, they just released the news on TMZ. They are pulling all of his films. What do you have
That's
to say?
ridiculous.
it's
It's
ridiculous.
overkill.
That's
I mean,
overkill.
I feel like okay, look at this. As a witness, to watch them over discipline him, a group of people who just started letting Black people into the thing, and now you're going to over discipline him because he slapped somebody who was Black, which to you guys, I mean, they were just sitting there eating popcorn. It's like it's perpetuating all the stereotypes of aggressive, out of control, rage-filled Black man. You know what I mean? We're getting this is, and Will delivered a role to these people that are now getting to punish him, and they are over killing on the punishment. I feel like it was very wrong what Will did. I feel like he needs a repercussion for what he did. I feel like he earned his Oscar and he should keep it. But I feel like pull his movies for why. I feel like never show him again for why. I mean, that is such overkill. And don't forget, you guys, that this is the first time it happened at the Oscars, but Machine Gun Kelly and Kid Rock both threw hands at Oscar type events, you know, at award events before, and they didn't get banned for life. You know what I mean? There's like video of them doing things at these award shows, and they are not getting pulled their stuff. We still hear about those two people. You know what I mean? So this overkill on Will is
I agree.
while he brought a repercussion, this is too much. And we should not, I know they want our panties in a bunch. They must want our panties in a bunch as the Black people, because for them to try to, like, you know, take this icon down, and I know he has his ways and his family is whole, whatever, but he's still a Black man that made it in this world, and he's touched a lot of people's lives.
Curse. A lot of Black people support it. They say he brought it on himself.
No,
well, I'm
it's
Black
too
and I
much.
don't.
It's too much. It's too much. It's too much.
Overkill.
It is
Andrea,
overkill.
what are your thoughts?
Well, you know, it's so funny. You remember, what's that white guy that
Before you say anything, I like your hair.
Thank you. I've been in the wind. I've been in the streets. I've been in the streets today. You remember that white guy that did was it Lethal Weapon? What's his name?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
They didn't pull his shit. They didn't pull his stuff. They didn't pull his shit. And he talked about the Jews. They didn't pull his shit. What I'm saying is, okay, I know that I think that Will and Chris need to talk. Sit down, man to man, and talk. And we all need to stay the hell out of it, okay? Everybody keeps saying it's Jada's fault, Jada's fault. But if you remember at the Red Table, if you watch the Red Table, Will said that he cheated on Jada first. He just didn't give us the woman's name.
This is a mess.
Okay. He didn't give us the one, but he said he cheated on Jada first. He just didn't give us the woman name.
If it was a woman.
I want to shout out the Red Lipstick Hustler, Lily. Hi, Lily. Me and Lily are on the different pages this time, but that's my girl.
But I think that Chris and Will need to go somewhere privately and talk and tell each other how they feel. And I think that we need to stay the hell out.
What do you think, Braylon?
Oh my goodness, the tea is hot. Well, first of all, let me just say that Sharrell's World, I have always loved your content. So let me just give credit where credit's due first.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
No problem. I was watching it live. I was on Clubhouse with my club, the Onyx Collab, and we had 310 people come through the room. We had 30 people live. And what I heard from my room was wrong place, wrong time, but it was understandable why. And I think people really was so upset by what he did that they forgot what he said in his speech. That when you in Hollywood, that you gotta take this. You gotta take the jokes, you gotta take the hate, you gotta take anything and everything. And I think what people have realized with this is that mental health is a real thing. And exactly. I know, Perry, what you said that, you know, there's medical stuff. Let me tell you something. We all got medical stuff that ain't out of our closet if we really want to be real about it. And you know, I think, Sharrell, you was asking what can he do to revive himself.
Yeah.
Will is a very deep guy. I know Will probably will never see this, but I think he should do digging into wells of knowledge with Will Smith as an interview series. And
you mean have a YouTube
around,
channel?
well, he has a YouTube channel, but I think doing an interview series called Digging into Wells of Knowledge with Will Smith, where he goes to different celebrities and everyday people and dig into their wells of knowledge so they can see the different layers of Will. And we're
like a Oprah when she did the thing with Jay-Z and them. What, like she goes around and she talks. What is it called? You guys know what I mean? She doesn't come on anymore.
It was like Oprah's Next Chapter, exactly.
Next Chapter, that's it.
Yeah,
that's
and
it.
We're talking about this in the Onyx Collab tonight on Clubhouse because I said, could Will Smith do a daytime talk show? The reason why I bring this up was because remember when Ellen came out when she came out as gay?
I remember that. They canceled her.
And that talk show was her second chance.
Yeah.
Imagine Will Smith on your TV 5 days a week, talking about being a dad, talking about being a husband, talking about being a brother, talking about being in Hollywood.
Well, who's going to watch? No one likes him anymore.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, like you said, everybody has messed up. And if Ellen could come back from being outed as gay, and that show could last 19 years, you know, and not to mention too, I mean, he has done so much more. I mean, National Geographic, he owns his own studio. So I think he can come back. I think the biggest thing, like Andrea's so eloquently stated, we just need to back away and let them have peace. And not to mention,
I really am tired of talking about this. Aren't you?
Seriously. And
we are so tired of talking about this.
And not to mention too, everybody who's saying Will wasn't right for this, what haven't you been right about?
Exactly.
Because if I talk to your mama, if I talk to your dad, if I talk to your uncles and your nieces and your nephews and everybody, they got some stories on you that would make you be like, if you don't shut
it. And thank God it wasn't in front of a bajillion people on an award show with everybody watching that I did it.
Exactly.
So, you know, like I said, plus the first all-black production team in 94 years. That's big because back in the day it was blackface. But we couldn't be
right.
Like, y'all, really, come on.
And that's also why, like, this over policing, like, where's the tap on the wrist? Like, let us be mad about a tap on a wrist, not because you're like destroying his entire legacy.
Right.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to bring up the new crew because you know what? This story is not dying. We'll be talking about this tomorrow.
That's facts.
Thank you, Braylon, for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
We're going to be talking about this for a while. And it's so weird because behind the scenes, I said to V, how long is this story going to last? And you go, at least a week.
Another week, I said. Another week.
Yeah. Okay, we got AJ. We got Inspiration. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Michelle. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Let's start with the new girl. Can you hear us, Michelle? I can. Okay, got to remove you. Sorry.
We can't hear you.
You're on mute. Let me give her one more second. You're on mute.
Or her mic ain't working or something.
Right. Something's not working, Michelle.
Why don't we start with you, Inspiration?
We said this was going to happen yesterday, didn't we?
I know. I tried to tell you.
We said it.
Will Smith is done. Will Smith is done.
And I see a lot in the chat about people are like, oh, he's fine. He's got all this money. Oh, he's fine. He'll be back again. Oh, it'll be okay. Guys, it's a different story to me. Maybe he will be okay. That's fine. I ain't counting nobody's pockets. We don't know how many people were hired or whatever, or how many people he has hired. But there are co-stars in these movies with him as well. That, yes, while they may have gotten paid something on the front end, they make a lot of money on the back end with these contracts, you know, depending upon how well the movie does. So it's affecting not just Will's pockets, but a lot of people's pockets.
It's a terrible situation. It really is.
It honestly is. And to me, when I look at the level of what happened, not saying it was right, because I don't understand why people can't understand. Nobody's saying it's not that it's not right. But when I look at other people that have done horrendous things and horrendous crimes while they weren't directly on the Oscar stage, does that mean that they should not have been held accountable as well, and to an even greater degree? when you have the Weinsteins
So
and the
much.
Polanskis and
Yeah.
you know, all like we can go down a litany list of a lot of people that have done a lot of things in Hollywood, producers, actors, directors that have been horrific and done horrific crimes against humanity. And they still kept their Oscars. They were still allowed to work until they got thrown in, potentially in jail, or if they ever got caught. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So miss me with this. This is overkill. This is way too much. It's
Uh,
just too much.
What do you think, AJ, from the other side of the pond?
Oh, hello, good evening.
What do you
Thanks
what do you Brits think about us over here? What do you think?
Well, what we think is basically, Will, he had it coming. I mean, bear with me a little bit because it's a very complicated, but I mean, I'm gonna take it somewhere nice, but he did it to himself. And why I'm saying that is, you know, he pretty much knew that he was going to win that Oscar that night. And it was all set for him to win that night and for him to go up there and do that to the host of the Oscars. And it was live TV.
Yeah.
That is pretty, I mean, we're talking about Roman Polanski and everyone else, but it's a bit complicated because we haven't seen this in front of us. This is like
Complicated
this is shocking.
about a man doing something to a 13-year-old girl. I'm missing that. What's complicated about that?
Oh.
Oh.
No. Shot fired. Go ahead, AJ. Answer that.
Well, okay. I mean, basically, I'm not a supporter of Roman Polanski at all. I don't like him. I don't support anything. But what I'm saying is, with Will Smith, what he did was basically in front of us, in front of everyone, and he slapped him really hard. I mean, now what's happened to him is a little bit overreaction here. I was reading on The Independent that they were comparing him to all these like Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein. And it was a little bit too much because, you know, all he did was, you know, it was wrong, but he went and slapped somebody physically. Or I think what he should do is take a break. He needs a break. He has a beautiful house in Sweden. He needs to go over there with Jada and take a long break and
You really have a house in Sweden?
just relax. Yeah, he has a house in Sweden.
I didn't know that.
Beautiful house, yeah.
Keeping up, what do you have to add to the conversation? Keeping up with the, I don't know.
Queen,
yes, thank you so much. Yes, hello. How are y'all doing? Listen, my
Hi.
opinion is going to be unpopular. And the reason why is because I do not agree with any black man putting his hands on another black man. We see this happening on our TV screens. They are taking us out left and right. So for them to do it in front of us, no, it was such a disgrace. It was so distasteful. And for them to be in the positions that they are in, there should have been protocols. Why aren't you going to the therapist? Why didn't you, you know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on it. A lot of people won't agree, but I don't agree. I think that he really needs to have a sit down. You know, Oprah calls everybody else to the carpet. She needs to call him to the carpet. And Jada needs to be held accountable too. Her little bald-headed ass should have sat in the bath or stayed home. Or she should have put a wig on. Like, girl, I get, like, you already know. If this is something that's bothering me, why would I go out in public and any random person could say, "Oh, look at that bald head"? You know what I'm saying? So, no, girl, you should. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So have that wig in your purse next time.
What's your name? What should I call you?
Keeping Up with Queen Tulsa.
Queen. What do you think
Yes,
should
ma'am.
happen to Will Smith? I feel that this is overkill. What do you think?
I feel like he should definitely have a conversation in front of the world and let us educate everybody on mental health. Because
Not
in our
on
community,
Red Table Talk, right? Not on the Red Table.
no, not on Red Table Talk, but mental illness is real in the Black community, and nobody wants to stand up and attest to that. Like, this is real. And what if he slapped him and hit a temple and he died? Then what was we gonna do?
What do you think of that, Perry? You say have a conversation with Chris. Just have a conversation with the public, with Oprah or somebody like that. Let's say something to us.
Right. I mean, but whoever he talked to in public, he need to come out and apologize to Chris for his actions.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I think, the other stuff, personally, if I did that to somebody, I would want to go to that person, that individual, over the phone, just a conversation, and apologize for myself. And I don't think it's too much to ask. And if Will Smith can let the table talk go, with Jada saying he don't satisfy and all this crazy stuff, and he stayed with her, then he should let that damn comment go.
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
I want to say about
you're right, Perry. I'm with Perry on that, but
sorry.
I think at this point we all can agree that it was wrong, and people are misconstruing what we're saying, and that the man should not have his livelihood completely stripped of him because of what happened on that stage. That is separate and separate from he was wrong. Personally, I don't mind Tony Rock saying what he had to say, because in my family, you do that to one of mine, we coming at you. So I mean, it is what it is.
No, but let's keep it 1,000. Was he not at his workplace when he did that?
Who? No, he was not at his workplace.
Who? Talking about Chris Rock?
He was not at his workplace. He was not at his workplace. You can't just take this man's already filmed all these different films. They are sitting there waiting for release right now.
But it was work related. They were all there because of work, right?
Work related is fine, but I've
it's
seen
work.
A lot
it was work related.
Yo, I've seen a lot worse happen, and people kept their jobs, man. They came into work on a Monday when it went down on a Friday night at the bar. So the punishment has to fit the crime.
And he went out partying as well after he did that.
He sure did.
That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. That was another bad mistake. He should have apologized to Chris that night.
So bad.
That was a bad look.
And everybody co-signed on it. Like, they all party with him. They gave him a standing ovation. So now you want to play like, we're so
he deserved that Oscar. No, it's no doubt about it. He deserved that Oscar. He was brilliant in that movie.
Yeah,
that's not what it's about.
Well, yeah, with that Oscar, there's no doubt.
Action. It's not about his work as an actor. He's a fantastic actor. He deserves that Oscar. I believe he should keep the Oscar.
Me too.
But like I said last time, as well, Sharrell, he should have had his Oscar rights removed, such as like not right to move. He shouldn't be coming to the award ceremony anymore. He doesn't need it anyway. And he was complaining.
He's going to get banned. They said he's going to get an additional fine.
Who cares about it?
Queen, I
no
wanted
one
to
cares
ask
about the Oscars.
I told everybody he should leave the United States.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think he'll get a second chance here. People are dragging me for filth. What do you think about that?
Well, him and Monique are about to change places, and that's all I have.
Oh, he hung up. Let me see the time. Okay, let me try to bring up. Oh, we're at cutoff. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for calling in. I appreciate the call.
Thank you, Sharrell.
Thank you, Sharrell.
Take care.
Bye. Good night.
We got a long line, but I'm way over again, and I got mods. I gotta end it here. V. So let's do the final wrap up. Still feel the same about our conversation after this conversation?
After all that, I still feel Will deserve to be punished, not over punished. Will should also apologize in public to Chris Rock, and then just pick up the pieces and go from there. I do not think he's finished forever. I think when some of this blows over at some point, I don't know how long from now, Will be able to come back. That's a very talented man. But he has to do the right thing.
Perry.
Well, I mean, the same thing would be. I mean, I agree with that. I think it start with the apology. That's the first step to healing. That's what I would say. And I don't want to get too much on why he did it. I think we don't talked about that, but
yeah, this is crazy. And V, you said we'll be talking about this for the next couple of days.
Yeah, I said another week at least.
What more? After your movies have been banned and
it's something else. It's something
tomorrow. They'll say something and you will, oh my God, this happened to Will. We got to go talk about it. So.
All right. I wanted to thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do. Appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. This is really just a sticky troubling situation that affected a lot of people. It takes 1 second to ruin your life. You got to make smart choices, people. You got to make smart choices, because once a mistake is made, some of them you can't undo. Some of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Sound like this is fun. All right. If I didn't get to your call backstage, I do apologize. I'm just strictly out of time. And these conversations have been going long. I want to thank everyone in their chat for being so opinionated and telling me, shut up, Sharrell. He needs to stay here. I appreciate that. All right. On 3, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.